Hi Gemini, thanks for tuning into my channel. This is Patty from the Healing Room, and I'm going to do love, money, and health for the sign of Gemini, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Ascending. Um, Again, there's just 3 short readings for love, money, and health. I don't believe in coincidence, I only believe in synchronicity. So if you've been guided here to watch this video, that means that your spirit guides and angels guided you here, and you will at least resonate to one small nugget, which will either put you on path or keep you on path. If you're interested in getting a personal reading, you can get in touch with me through my email, thehealingroomcrystals@gmail.com, and we can do obviously a more private, more personal, um, one-on-one, very accurate reading. So I've already done the spreads, so let's take a look. Okay, so for you guys, you had some things going on, and I actually pulled from a couple different decks because I wanted to make sure that it was almost like a little bit of a roller coaster ride. So I wanted to make sure that I was focused, and so I used a couple decks just to make sure. And lo and behold, everything was along the same vein. So I just think there's a lot going on cosmically, like eclipses and lunar, solar. Then you've got new moons and full moons, and February is a rough run. So going into March, uh, you're still going to feel the effects of all of that. Okay. So to start with, I did your love. And so what's going on with your love life is there's something that's ending. Now, this is either something, this could be an entire relationship that you're kind of like, that's enough. Or this could, because both cards were upside down, I pulled this card originally, which is Ten of Swords. And this is from the Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot card deck. And then literally this card, when I tried to double check myself to make sure that I was, lined up, the Ten of Swords from my Rider-Waite deck just flew out upside down. So I knew that this was a message I needed to bring forth. So something's ending in a love relationship. Now, it may not mean the entire relationship, especially because it's upside down, and so it carries less energy. So what I'm thinking is, if this isn't the ending of a relationship fully, it means that parts of it you won't tolerate anymore. Okay? So you might say, you know what? If if you're working late and you don't call me, then, you've done it too many times, and I'm walking. So it's almost like making a decision that is final. Okay, this is final. This is like no more. Okay. Now, I'm going to read it 2 different ways. I'm going to read it as if the relationship is done. If the relationship is done, then you're ready to cut your losses and just learn from what happened here. Because I feel like this also feels like either somebody wasn't honest, there was something that went on in the relationship that wasn't honest, or that was, that expression, no, I wasn't lying. It was just like by omission, they didn't tell you, so they think they can get away with it. But it feels like there's been some betrayal here. And it could be a lie, or it could be somebody says they're going to do something and they don't. Promises broken. It's just things that, it feels like you've had a little bit of some backstabbing going on here. Okay. Again, it may not be severed, but if it's not severed, you are adamant on no longer putting up with it. And if the case of the relationship ending fully, it means that you learned from this relationship what you will and won't put up with, and now you're ready to move forth with all the good things that you learned from this relationship, because no matter how a relationship ends, there were good things in it. Okay, so what's happening here is you've decided, okay, you know what? I'm just going to embark on my new life. Okay. Um, the King of Earth also came up. Okay. So if I read the King of Earth, which is, according to the Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot cards, this is King of Pentacles. But, she called, she made him softer, like the King of Earth. Um, it could be that this person, an earth sign, it doesn't have to be a male, it could be a female, could have been the reason that this all happened. Maybe there was a liaison, or, there was a lie that went on that involved this person. Okay. Um, or it could mean that the person that you're with has this kind of energy. And the King of Pentacles is somebody who has lots of money, pretty successful. Um, as far as material things go, they're all sewed up. Okay. So it could be that this person was your partner, or it could be that this person, this earth sign, male or female, interrupted and was part of the betrayal that made you say, you know what, I'm out of here. Okay. So now that's just if you've decided to sever. If you didn't decide to sever, here's the other explanation that I'm sensing. There's certain parts or part of your relationship that you're no longer going to tolerate. And as a result, you've actually come to an agreement with each other that this will actually be the way this relationship is conducted from this point forward. So you said, you know what? This is what I will no longer tolerate. And your partner said, whatever, I'll do whatever it takes. And you guys are actually embarking on a brand new beginning together because it's a 2 card. And I do feel like I also feel like you guys start to really work on creating more of a foundation. If you're staying, I feel like you guys decide that it's time for you to become more rooted, um, start really concentrating on maybe, you know what, let's take this serious. Let's both work, put money aside, maybe get a house together. But I feel like money and materialism, um, in this case, if you've decided to stay together, are actually what helps to root you. Okay. So there's 2 different ways of looking at this, because these are general readings. And if I generally ask, what is the best way to move this up just a little bit? What is so about the conditions that will be surrounding those born under the sun, moon, or ascendant of Gemini for March of 2017? There's some people who aren't in a relationship, but they're going through something. So I feel like Geminis have gone through something in a relationship when they've decided what they want to do with it, whether they want to just kind of cut that piece out and just know that there's a way to salvage it, which there is, or if they say, you know what, no, this is enough, I'm done. All right, so that's where you guys are at for March. So, it's not an easy place to be, but understand that this is a blessing. It means brand new beginnings. So as much as this felt like backstabbing, it's a brand new beginning for you, okay? And, the 2 of Wands is great. It just literally means time to take everything that we've learned, and, things can only get better. Time for more expansion, all right? So, yeah, I mean, it's not exactly, sunshine and flowers. I get it, but we all go through beginnings and endings, and it's something that you know you might need to take a little bit of a respite. That's what I'm feeling for you guys. As far as your money sector, I feel like it's really, really good. I feel like the job you have or have just recently had was actually too much. It was like 10 of fire, which is 10 of wands. It's too much work. And the card actually reads too much work. Accept help from others. Life is out of balance. Stress-related health concerns. So what I'm feeling like, you've literally decided because of this that you're ready to go. And I feel like opportunity is knocking at your door. I feel like what's coming is amazing. Okay, like ridiculous. It's going to literally make you feel like, oh my gosh, I have money to spend on luxuries too. And I feel like I can have a happily ever after. you know. And again, and it's even endorsed by the Doreen Virtue deck, which is the Nine of Earth, which is called the Lady of the Manor card, which means all of your material needs are met. So you literally are loaded here with great celebration, happily ever after, and I'm the Lady of the Manor, and all my financial needs are met. The King of Pentacles, which is at the top of the rung of financial means. So the job that you have now was supposed to end because it was too much. You know, it's just too much. You guys were just, and they kept, you know, asking you to do more. And, you know, they weren't compensating you for it. So it was exhausting. And you spent a long time doing it, okay? But in this month of March, you get opportunities. I feel like you're really going to start looking for them. I do feel like there are some already for you, you know. I'm actually doing this video at the very end of February, but I do feel like this is already in the works. I think you've already been looking. I think you're just trying to figure out a good time to tell your job. Well, in your eyes, a good time to tell your job that you're leaving is when you have a job like this, and that's really what you're thinking. And believe me, it is coming. And I feel like you will have the opportunity to go into your own business if you like, you know, like maybe learn that skill that you're, or that talent, like enhance that talent that you already have. It's up to you. You know, the world is your oyster, it looks like, within this material realm. Okay. So, you know, don't hesitate to look into things that interest you. So, you know, whatever, if you want to learn how to, I don't know, do astrology for some, like if you want to become an astrologist, or if you want to be somebody, you know, I've always wanted to be, I don't know, worked for myself as a consultant, or, you know, I'm so good at this job that of course I can consult, you know, I can be a consultant for this type of work, you know. Um, but I feel like your next job is going to be a job where you get paid handsomely for your skills, and it definitely involves, you know, you're the one that, like, a lot of people are going to come to for answers. Okay, so whether you own your own business from this point forward, you start looking into it at least, or if you, I feel like you're going to be in charge of, if you work under a corporate umbrella, I feel like you'll be in charge of something, or you'll work for somebody who takes you under their wing, and again, you know, pays you, you know, so much more than you expected, and it's just a wonderful thing. Okay, over here for your health, I feel like your health has suffered because you've been worried about your relationship. These are all cards of stress related health afflictions. So, you know, it's almost like the moon, that's always feeling like slighted and things are hidden, which definitely could have been what was going on here. And you had an inkling of it, but you were like, ah, you know what? Maybe I'm being paranoid. But you know what? When push comes to shove, you find out that you weren't being paranoid, okay? Um, and this here too, with the Eight of Cups, um, this feels like because I had to leave something that was hard. The Eight of Cups is a card that signifies you've been thinking about leaving a situation for a while because there's been a lot of, you know, all these slights, all these hurts, or something's been simmering and you didn't want to face it. And then you finally make the choice to walk away. I mean, you literally stayed for all the phases of the moon. Like you just stayed and stayed and stayed. And then you realize, you know what, enough. Because what's on deck for you, and this is from the Doreen Virtue, the Angel Tarot, is renewal, which is wonderful. You know, this is like Archangel Gabriel, you know, blowing his trumpet. Basically, it means a soul renewal, you know. Um, it's as if, you know, you feel kind of reborn in the health department. I feel like because you're feeling all these stresses here, you actually start purging and like reversing things, because you're like, this is enough, like time for a brand new beginning, like I'm just doing it, okay. um yeah, I mean, and then you have the Seven of Fire, which is Seven of Wands, which means standing your ground, even when you start not even believing it yourself, So, um, the Seven of Fire, the Seven of Wands, basically, it's almost like you were kind of, it's almost like you were pushing back on what you already knew that was like going on over here. Okay. Um, a lot of times, and this too with the Ten of Swords could also be, you know, that you just had enough, like it's enough, like the situation's over. It may not be like horrific betrayal. Again, the cards are reversed, so it's always going to be a lesser energy, and it also means that it's not as severe. So this could have been just, you know what, I feel like I've just been chipped away at, like I've been chipped away at over time. It's enough. And so I'm feeling like it's time to go. And emotionally, mind, body, spirit, your emotions control your physiology. So your physiology becomes affected. But they're assuring that everything is short-lived because you've already made the decision and you've already started to turn things around. And you've got this wonderful major card, which is renewal, which is actually the judgment card in the Rider-Waite Tarot. Doreen Virtue just changed the names a little bit. But it's the same energy. And it literally means time for renewal. And you've already felt that. It's already been on, the writing's already been on the wall. Okay. So, to kind of sum it up, I feel like, you're going to need to have a respite after this. You're going to need some time to yourself. I feel like they really want you to relax because all of these stresses, the Eight of Cups, the Moon, you've got the Two of Pentacles, which also means kind of juggling your health and feeling it in your body, kind of, one day feeling okay, next day, maybe not. So very unstable. All right. So you're already marked for, like, I feel quickly getting over this again in the month of March. So again, I don't feel like this is horrific. I feel like this is something that maybe it's just enough. I just feel like it's, again, the reversed, and I feel like the energy is diminished. But yeah, your health has been affected by that, by your love relationship there. All right. And if you're not in a love relationship right now, these cards would symbolize, for me, definitely feeling like, you know what, I almost feel like I've been backstabbed in the past. I don't even trust it. I'm not really interested. Um, I'm still working on betrayals from other people. It may not even be a past love interest. It could just be somebody that you loved. It could have been like, a family member or a friend, and kind of losing your trust. All right. Um, in which case, you're actually in the process of trying to look out of a different window because you're like, you know what? It's time for me to like lose this distrust and start looking like I need to go out into the world again. Because, there is this earth sign who's waiting for me. Okay? Because I do feel like these are 3 different readings for the love because it's a strong read for the love for March. So either you're in a relationship that you've decided that no longer serves you, or you're in a relationship that you still want to keep, but you've decided to actually dissect parts out of it, and you guys have actually agreed to do so, or you aren't in a relationship at all, and you don't want to be bothered with one right now because you've been backstabbed and you've lost complete trust in partnering up. You've lost complete trust in the romance side of life. Um, but the undercurrent is that even though you feel this way, you still really want to, you're still getting encouraged to release that, move forward, and then reconnect. Again, I do feel like for those who are not connected, I feel like there is an energy of an earth sign um, you know, which is a Taurus, which is a Virgo, which is a Capricorn, that I feel like, you know, is on deck for you, if you're willing, you know. But again, it's going to take a minute to pull these swords out. So just, you know, top priority is to de-stress and renew your energy, do the things that you need, be gentle with yourself. And then when you feel like you're ready, go out into the world and then try to partner up with somebody who has that kind of earthy energy, because even if they're not an earth sign, they very well could just have that kind of earthy energy. Very grounded, very reliable, really, you know, really good with money, um, just hearty of the earth, salt of the earth kind of energy. So know that that's, if you want it, you can have that, okay? So that's for those who do not have a relationship, that reading, the last one I just did. But yeah, when there's harsh cards, I normally like to throw some extra cards in there to clarify what the situation is. So as it stands now, the biggest message for you with these two tarot decks is you're fine, it's good, cut whatever out you don't want, okay? And time for renewal. I feel like it's time for a change. The renewal in your work life and your money is just going to be like overflowing, and your work life is going to be amazing. That's not, I mean, it's still change. So you got change, and like it's almost like this is change too, because it's just actually being gentle with yourself, but you haven't been. So it's a busy month for you. So I really want you to respect your body, respect your biology. I want you to, you know, I really think water would be wonderful for you. You know, you have water all over the place, and I think water is so healing. You know, there's water in all these cards. You got the moon, there's water. You have a little water here in the Eight of Cups. The Page of Cups has water behind him. Two of Pentacles has water. And then you have this card, which basically says, time for renewal. And you're being endorsed by, you know, your highest level spirit guides and angels, and of course, Archangel Gabriel, who's the one who blows that trumpet, okay? So be good to yourself. Put yourself first. This is important, okay? Now, I pulled a couple cards, actually 3 cards from the Doreen Virtue. Now, this is the Angel Therapy deck, okay? We'll go over that real quick. So, first card I got was Base Chakra. Choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, and finances, as your words determine your outcome. Now, all right, so we got that to start with, right? Okay. Second, I got this card. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. All right. So, okay, makes sense. And then last card I got was use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. So this card in your base chakra. So I feel like it's manifestation time. Okay. It's signified by your money sector. Okay. Obviously, like that shows me that it's definitely manifestations are everywhere. But now we want to heal our emotions, to heal our health. Like that's the missing link. In which case, listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. So your body is going to be giving you, you know, if you're feeling like, you know what, I think I should drink more water. You know what? I feel like my body really would like a walk. You know, I feel like it's like listening to your body, you know. Um, and the intuitive hits you get here are also going to help you with manifesting, you know. They're going to help you with, you know, waking up your base chakra. And, um, you know, because the manifestations happen from, you know, that's the root, that's the earth. But, yeah, I feel like the biggest thing for you guys is I feel like the manifestation and the base chakra, you guys have already started doing that. I feel like this is an important message here. Listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body's receiving accurate messages from the divine. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I want to just read that from her little book because it's more than just what it says. You know, there's always more to it. So let's just see. Um, which one? Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong book. We'll get there. Okay. So, the Angel Therapy Oracle. Yes, let's check this out. All right. So, in addition to, you know, the face value meaning, let's just see if it gives us anything else because I have a feeling it might. Your angels want you to know that you're always receiving divine messages even when you're not noticing them. Most of these messages come through your physical and emotional senses, as your body is extremely sensitive to subtle energies. Sometimes you may not understand your feelings, yet they always have accurate underlying wisdom. You have received this card because you've asked a question that your body has already answered through your emotional and physical feelings. You are urged to trust your feelings and act upon them without delay. Ask the angels to protect and guide you. Watch they do which they do through your intuitive sensations. As you give psychic readings or healings to others, know that it's impossible to be blocked from receiving angelic guidance. You're always feeling and thinking, and those are two primary ways in which the angels give you messages for your clients. Tell your clients what you're feeling and thinking during your sessions, as these messages are meant to be shared. And then it talks about action steps. Notice any tension in your body, which is a signal that your muscles are reacting to the energies of your or other people's thoughts and emotions. Try to close your eyes and imagine having a conversation with one of your tense muscle groups in your body. Ask the muscles, why are you tense? Try to listen for the answer, which will come to you as a thought, a feeling, or even words or visions. Because your body will tell you how it's reacting to your job, how it's reacting to your relationships, your friends, and other life areas also. Just trust your body's truthful wisdom. Pivotal card for you because you have all this stuff going on here. And I do feel like that was important for you guys to hear. So take care of you, okay? If you guys would like a private reading, a more personal reading, you can email me at the Healing Room Crystals at gmail.com. And I will be happy to help you guys out. So I hope that was helpful. And I look forward to having you guys tune in for April. Have a wonderful March and namaste.